Yellow leather.
I hear Jose.
Connect, connect.
I believe we are good, boys.
All right. Well then. What episode is this?
40.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
Yeah.
Welcome to Dark Mushroom Media, episode 40. Jeez Louise. Let's pause and think
What?
about that for a second. Yeah, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Can we
Yeah.
just
Actually,
start this
Palmer thought it was 40 for like a couple of casts now, so
Oh.
this has been a long time coming, really.
all right, well, I'm still. My mind is still blown by the fact that we have done this for
Just
40
can't
episodes. So there are 40. There's more than 40 hours of content out there right now.
Oh God,
that
when
we
you
have
throw in our
generated.
Dota and Hearthstone videos, it's like
Yeah.
lots.
Yeah.
Dude, this is absolute content, Jose. Don't you finger blast us?
Is my webcam's like totally zoomed in? What the shit?
Well, that's just how your webcam looks, Jose. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
He's become self-aware.
You're just, well, now I don't see Jose's webcam at all.
Sorry.
There we go. That's better.
Anyway, episode 40. Can you believe
Probably
it?
should take
All
care
this
of that.
shit going on.
40 episodes ago.
All of this, yeah.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. There's a wide variety of things. We're going to talk about a bunch of Warhammer games because, well, there were some Warhammer announcements. A lot of Warhammer announcements.
It's for the trailers for the fucking announcements, and yeah, there are a couple new announcements. So, yeah.
And we've got, I don't know, we'll briefly talk about some Hearthstone stuff. We'll briefly talk about some other nonsense. Maybe touch on a few of the drama-related debacles that have happened in the past week. But we'll see. Time allowing, we might discuss that stuff. But as usual, I'm joined by Tim and Jose down at the bottom. That guy down there, you know, down where he belongs.
It's racist.
Yeah, I know what you're implying, Palm,
Oh, yeah,
but I
I
don't.
did not mean anything racial. By
I think
that
he's implying that our
whatsoever.
pictures are above yours because we're white. That's what Palmer's saying.
That's not at all what I implied.
That is exactly
I
what he's
see.
saying.
All right. Well, anyways.
I'm behind. I notice his shit.
Yeah.
I see through his bullshit.
Okay. So
The winds of shit are blowing, boys.
I'm gonna hand it off to Jesus.
That's a good
You
idea.
feel that weight in the air? It's a shit storm coming.
Shit hurricane brewing.
Shit blizzard.
A shitacane.
Oh.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hand it off to Tim. Tim, go ahead and kick off the list, buddy.
Well, the list is not ordered at all, so we're just going to jump right into the Fallout Far Harbor official trailer.
Oh,
Came
man.
out.
Exciting.
Yeah. Fallout, good game. Fallout, fun game. Not quite the Fallout we were all hoping for, but still not a bad game. Pretty good. I still think it's probably one of the best game that came out last year. But anyway, Far Harbor is the biggest, or most expansive. Was it most expansive? The map is the biggest that Bethesda's ever done, or at least that's what they're claiming. That's their big kind of tagline for
Aren't they
this.
saying it's supposed to be like the longest in terms of like gameplay hours? Also,
I think they said content-wise it was like Dawn Guard, so not quite Shivering Isles-esque,
Okay.
but the map itself is bigger than Shivering. It's a lot of content, basically. From what the trailer revealed is that it looks an awful lot like Point Lookout for Fallout 3, which is a good thing because that was arguably one of the best Fallout 3 content packs, but a bad thing because it's kind of we've done.
I really just don't give a shit, dude. Point Lookout was fucking fantastic.
Point Lookout was my favorite, I would say, or right up there. Like it was the biggest, I think, as far as just sheer content goes. But it was one of the best overall as well. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be cool to do all that again. It's definitely different. It's not like a carbon copy. It feels very similar. But yeah, like Palmer said, that's not a bad thing.
No,
Point
not
Lookout
at
was
all.
fucking dope as fuck.
But
That's going to be the thing that gives it mixed reviews on Steam. I guarantee it. Even if it is the most amazing thing ever, that's still going to happen because fucking Steam reviews.
Well, I mean,
Which
whatever.
is
I'm just
something-
glad there's Cthulhu monsters. I'm glad that Whispers of the Old Gods has managed to reach Bethesda offices. I'm just faceless everything all day, every day. That's all I have to say.
faceless memes. Nah, this is off. That's how you play it.
No.
That's how you run it.
You gotta drop a 4-mana 7/7. That's what you gotta do.
That's what the shit tier players do, Palmer. Are you a shit tier player, Palmer?
You're goddamn right.
You're 4-mana 7/7 for
All
Christ's
day,
sake.
every day.
Anyway, yeah, this Fallout content pack looks pretty fucking dope. Everyone assumed it would be pretty fucking dope. Trailer revealed, yeah, it's probably gonna be pretty fucking dope. So, and it's only a few weeks away at this point. It's May 4th now, and it comes out on the 19th, I think.
Yeah, 15 days.
Wait, when was it revealed?
A couple days ago.
It was revealed a long time ago.
Yeah, but I
like,
mean the actual trailer.
was, yeah, 2 days ago, I think was the date on the YouTube video.
Yeah. So yeah, gonna be pretty cool. Looking forward to that.
Yep.
And-
More Fallout. I've like kind of stayed away from Fallout, and I haven't touched like any of the expansions yet, because of the fact that I was waiting for this to come out first, and then I'm gonna like jump in and put another probably 150 hours into Fallout because that's what Bethesda games do to me.
Yeah, I'm in the process of that. I hadn't touched Fallout for a while. Realized this was coming out relatively soon. Wanted to actually finish my playthrough after playing for 50 hours and not going
Isaac
to goddamn
is
Diamond
officially
City.
the winner.
Isaac's officially the winner. We established this a while ago, but yes. I think he was at 90 hours and hadn't gone to Diamond City. But I'm actually playing the game and having fun instead of just walking around getting slaughtered by fucking super mutants when I have a hunting rifle. I'm picking up all these legendary weapons, and it's all sort of so fun. But yeah, I'm dumping tremendous amounts of time into it, so I'm kind of the reverse Palmer right now, because instead of not touching it, I play it. It's fantastic. It's fun. Yes, I don't know where the fuck I was going with that.
I don't know either, but my one fear is whether or not my booby mods will work properly.
The Garden of Eden kit released.
I don't
Along
know.
with
I
survival
have
mode.
absolutely no idea what that is.
The big thing modders were waiting for, basically.
Oh yeah.
And survival
gives them,
mode,
like
yeah.
access to scripts and everything. Yeah.
Stuff's already popping up, but give it another month or so, it's you trust me, you'll have brand new tit mods to run around and play with.
I can't wait.
And I'm sure they'll be absurd. I'm sure Cthulhu tits will probably be a thing. Like,
Oh, well, yeah.
it'll be nutty, and titty. It'll be titty nutty.
Yep.
I don't even know where the hell we move on to from here.
Well, there's like 18 Warhammer things on that list, so why don't we start with one of the Warhammer things that
Fair
are on
enough.
that list?
I guess we'll get off with Space Hulk, Deathwing.
Holy shit. All right. If you haven't seen this trailer, I did not see this trailer up until about 15 minutes ago, and my mind was just blown. Shut up and take my money is basically my reaction to this, because this looks like a 40K version of Vermintide, with like, what are they fucking the gene? God damn it.
Gene Stealer is
Tyranids?
part of the
Gene
Tyranids.
Stealers. Yeah, part of this.
You're a
Anyways.
walking tank instead of like a, whatever the fuck you could be in Vermintide, and the enemy is fucking Zerg instead of rats.
Right.
Most
but
dumbed
there's,
down
like,
way I can put it.
And so, like, I was like, well, my immediate reaction, and these two guys can testify to this as well, is it going to be as hard as Vermintide? And in the trailer, all of a sudden, they were like, yeah, you can suffer limb damage, and you won't be able to move, and your accuracy will go down, and all this other nonsense. And I was
You will
just like,
fucking die.
I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy. It's been a little bit since I've touched Vermintide. But man, I put in a fair amount of hours when I picked it up with me between Jose and I. We played a little shit out
Yeah,
of that. For a
same
while.
here. I haven't touched that in a while.
Yeah, about a month ago, me and Jose were like, we haven't played that in a while. Hopefully some good new content will come out soon.
It was
But when
after
I-
that map came out.
But when I saw the Space
Yeah, the
Hulk tag,
scan.
I was expecting another, shitty Space Hulk game like the last two iterations that have come out.
They were not shitty games for
They
what they
were-
were. They were actually good.
They were awful. Tim.
Go look up
You
their
keep-
fucking
you
review
keep
scores and
convincing
shit.
yourself that they were good games. You keep
They
convincing
were.
yourself.
For tactical top-down games, they were good games.
They were mediocre at best.
No, you're just dumb.
Oh,
You're just
Sure.
dumb with your
maybe
face shaman decks and your
that's
7/7/4
what it is.
manas. That's all it is, Palmer.
Whatever, dude. There's not enough
Fucking 2 overload. Get the fuck out of here.
faceless nonsense in, in this game to keep my interest.
So
But yeah,
this
so,
game reminded me a lot of Space Marine, like the game that Tim got me into like last
the
year.
third-person one.
but I
that
was like-
on Xbox.
Was it?
Yeah,
Tim,
the one.
remember-
It was like a console game.
Yeah, the third-person one that we
Where
played.
you could
on Xbox
you can
PC.
like pick up people's like specs after you kill them, like multiplayer. Is that the one?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that.
The first thing that popped on my mind is this game looks like what that game was supposed to be. It was fun and all, but it didn't seem visceral or charming like 40K, to me is. And this definitely fulfills that hope that I had. So
Yeah, well, the Space Hulk games, the atmosphere is you're on this big, humongous ship, but it's dark and fucking everything's dead, and just there's all sorts of shit moving in the shadows. So that type of environment, I think, does work better for 40K than just your typical open world type deal, where you're on an Imperial planet, which is what Warhammer Space Marine rather was set on.
not what it's about. Because Space Hulks are like just
Derelict spaceships
Yeah.
that have been drifting through the void in the warp for centuries or thousands of years, even eons. Yeah, is this eons? No, millennia. That's it. I know words.
Those are some good words.
There are some long words too.
Right. Well,
But yeah, this game looks fucking amazing.
it really does. It looks really fantastic.
It's the first gameplay we've seen of it. I think that's why everyone's all of a sudden like, holy shit, this actually looks fucking amazing. Instead of just the conceptual what they wanted to do in screenshots, boom, there it is, and it looks fucking awesome.
I also have to say, I said this when we were watching the trailer, or when I was watching the YouTube link, that it wasn't really a trailer; it was just kind of like a reveal. But I was really surprised to see IGN covering it. That one kind of blew me out of the park. But
they're just the first to get it. That's all it is.
But like that's also kind of what's surprising me about it is. Then again, they did put a lot of coverage into Vermintide, but I don't know. IGN does not have a history of covering Warhammer stuff.
Well, it's because Warhammer stuff's actually getting popular now, so they kind of have to.
Yeah,
it's not good on them. They're just being.
Tim, you explained that like that they, what was that term that you used? Like they allowed other publishers to do stuff with Games Workshop IPs, right?
Yeah.
Well, basically, for a while, it was basically just they, for some reason, only lent it out to really shitty developers that made like shitty mobile games and just not people with not good track records, basically, and just shit came out, and it's like they became more open with their license, but at the same time, they were more choosing with the developers. They're still handing it out to whoever the fuck, but they're actually recognizing when decent developers are like, hey, we want to make this game, and they put a bit more effort and funding behind it. And then you get shit like Vermintide and fucking Space Hulk Deathwing and all sorts of shit like this. So Games Workshop's starting to give a little bit of a fuck, basically. Starting to, yes. Because 3-4 years ago, it was awful.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, it's not like Games Workshop doesn't have a history of putting out some decent games. Like the first Blood Bowl is pretty good. You had Dawn of War 1 and 2.
All the Dawn of Wars all the Blood Bowls have been good.
Yeah.
Just Space Marine. But yeah, there's just been a lot of shit on the way.
Yeah, there has been a lot of shit.
A lot of shit.
There's been a lot more shit than there has been good stuff. But I don't know, the tides seem to be changing on that. Granted, we still have a bunch of shit that looks like it's
there's one really shitty one came out in March. I'm not even bothering mentioning it. It was just god awful, but goddamn Warhammer, I bought it for like $4. But yeah, the quality's improving, so
absolutely,
without doubt. But yeah. No release date on that. I'm pretty sure it's next year, first quarter next year, if memory serves.
I don't believe that the video showed any sort of release window.
That's the contemplated release right now. It's early next year. Same goes for the next game, which is another 40K game, Warhammer 40K Inquisitor, which is more of a Diablo-esque game, a top-down isometric view RPG with apparently a very robust destruction system. As they showed.
That looked incredible. So the trailer that they released mentioned that they developed an engine from the ground up that responds to different types of weapon damage. Explosions cause concussive blasts within like a certain radius. Like everything seems like super destructible. And so there was like, I don't know, it was a good like 40 seconds of the video was just them showing off how you can blow stuff up. And it was fucking
melting
awesome.
Barricades and shit. I played a bit of Bad Company 2 last night, and there was an instance where I was hiding behind a concrete barricade that eventually just got chipped away, and I got melted. Basically, that type of destruction is in that game. So I'm very much looking forward to dicking around with that.
Right, but it looks a lot more beautiful. Really does. It looks really good in this trailer.
Yeah, I mean, they put a lot of effort into the destruction models and everything. So.
So yeah, that's another one to be excited about, especially since it's just like the mindless, like Diablo-esque type stuff. I'm really all about that. If I can just sit down and
waste a good chunk of your life on a RPG.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It's been a while since I played one that really drove me in, aside from like Diablo 3 years ago. So I'll be looking forward to playing this one.
Mm-hmm.
I guess while we're on 40K stuff, we might as well talk about Battlefleet Gothic Armada for a minute. Finally saw release, and not very buggy. Still buggy, but not as bad of a release as I might have foreseen leading up to it, just because the beta was pretty fucky. But no, pretty stable release. I started through the campaign. I've played a few skirmish battles. It's pretty goddamn fun for a space RTS, and you're only controlling at times 3 or 4 ships, but your ships have multiple abilities, can do multiple things. It's a lot of fun. It's got a pretty good positive reception too, and it's toppled. I can't remember what it was, but like Rocket League or something popular was on sale, and it was toppling sales for that even, so it sold pretty well too. Leading up to the release, they were giving away the Space Marine fleet as a pre-order bonus, and to anyone who bought the game within the first 2 months from its
That's pretty
release.
sweet.
And they came out around release and said, hey, fuck it, we're going to give you another one yet to be named. People are thinking either Tau or Tyranids. Either one would be pretty cool. But yeah, they're giving away an extra fleet that's coming in a later patch, and game's pretty awesome. I don't know if it's something you want to get at $40. If you're really into 40K, you should absolutely. But for someone like Palmer or Jose, once the game gets like half off, I would definitely recommend checking it out because it is fucking dope. It's another well-made 40K game.
Cool.
What do?
Do we want to address the elephant in the room? The new Dawn of War trailer that got.
Oh yeah, we're on fucking. Goddamn, this is a Warhammer heavy cast, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So the absolutely fucking just like made my dick instantly hard Dawn of War 3 trailer came out, and it doesn't make any sense. It's basically like a dream state trailer, but and so like the trailer was awesome. It really got me excited and like hype level through the roof. But reading the dev commentary and some of the interviews on the game, they seem to be really trying to focus on bringing the best of both Dawn of War 1 and Dawn of War 2 into Dawn of War 3. So you're gonna have like basically, you know, like the controllable units that are, you know, almost like heroes that do a lot of damage that are from Dawn of War 2, but then all of a sudden you're also going to have like the massive army scope of Dawn of War 1, which sounds absolutely incredible to me. Basically, I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed that this is going to end up being like, you know, StarCraft meets Warcraft 3 type scenario where it's just like massive armies and heroes kind of like in the game as well that you can control. And if they manage to strike that like perfect point between both Dawn of War and Dawn of War 2, I think anybody who's a fan of the first two games is in for something very, very special when the third one comes out.
A lot of the veterans of the series are like, just go back to Dawn of War 1, fuck the squad system, fuck you. But no, I think a mixture of the two would work better. I think there should be more bigger battles, more armies and more massive of scope than there were in 2, even in Retribution, which they were kind of big. But, you know, you had like, I think it was 120 unit cap, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But Dawn of War 1, you could just flood the fucking
field.
field.
Was it just 100?
I think with certain armies, it got up to 120.
Okay.
In Retribution.
Okay.
If I'm remembering right. Around there. But in Dawn of War 1 and all of its expansions, yeah, you could have massive battles. But the squad system was actually pretty well done. It's kind of like a Mass Effect 3 multiplayer type deal with the... I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. It was fun. The RPG elements
like the
actually...
co-op? Is that what you're
Yeah, the co-op.
Yeah, for Dawn of War 2, yeah.
But it worked out really well.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people didn't like it, but if they...
It was a big change
from the first game.
It was a big change from the first one. So,
yeah, it was a massive change from the first one. A lot of people didn't like it, a lot of people did, but a lot of old veterans of the series are really hamming on the fact that they would like a new Dawn of War to be like Dawn of War 1.
Well, I think they're that's gonna happen
from the Reddit rage threads I was reading anyway.
But it seems I don't know
the
dev interview that I read on PC Gamer like seemed PC Gamer is gonna have like a massive cover spread on it next month. So I'm gonna pick up that issue and read it so I can really like understand what they're going for. But the summary article that they released, it sounds exactly like what I just described. You know, you're gonna have the big battles, but you're also gonna have like the small scale micro intensive stuff as well. So like I don't know, that really excites me. I think that's gonna be great. And honestly,
people will still whine.
I guess, but I just don't understand how anybody can get upset about that. That doesn't make any sense. But you know, whatever.
The rage threads are tasty. That's all I could tell you.
They're always tasty though. They're always full of salt and butthurt. Some people pour salt into their butthurt.
Salty butthurt.
Yeah,
that should be a new flavor from fucking Ben & Jerry's.
Also, the one thing I will say that I read from the dev interview article that kind of disappointed me is that at launch it's only going to have 3 factions. So it's a Dawn of War game. Of course, it's only going to have 3 factions. Yeah, so like that's fine. On one hand, I'm like that's fine, you know, especially if you're going to bring in like the big team battles and stuff. Like or not big team battles. If you're going huge army battles, I don't know why I'm talking about Halo.
I got into Mass Effect somehow, so I can't fault you.
Yeah. On one hand, I get it. Like, I understand that, like, if you're really gonna have these massive armies, then you have to be able to balance them, and that requires a lot. But at the same time, you know, it would be nice to bring in some other factions at launch. Now, he did say he's not against the idea of doing it with expansions, and that they're definitely going to be looking at releasing expansions for it and everything. So I'm sure there's going to be releases of you know, more races and stuff as expansions.
The problem is Retribution has like 30 pieces of DLC in total, I think.
I was just thinking that.
And yeah, that's my one, like, going into it. You know, it's a day one buy for me and pre-ordering all that good shit. But I'm going into it. You got to know, holy shit, this is going to be a DLC factory, and I'm going to be a jackass and pay for all of it because it'll be glorious.
Well, you know, you can't.
Because I mean,
if you like something, it's not really that big.
A lot of the Retribution DLC actually was worth it, though. Like the chapter packs were pretty well textured and looked great, and the Last Stand heroes were cool, all the Last Stand gear and whatnot. Yeah. And a lot of it was just like cheap pre-order type stuff. So.
I don't know. I'm super excited. I'm actually more excited about this than I am Total War Warhammer.
I could see that. I'm actually really looking forward to what they do with Last Stand mode, which is what Jose, you've played that. Me, you, and Dan have rocked that many times. Which is just like the year one champion, and you have to deal with waves of fucking shit thrown at you and somehow survive while your teammates are idiots. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah, I didn't see any mention of anything like that. I think they're more focusing on like the RTS elements. And
yeah, they don't want to reveal that till later on, and they've cemented what they want to do with the actual game.
I mean, it could be in the cover article. I mean, you know,
that's true. Yeah, they might just be waiting to reveal it for that.
Yeah, so it might just be in next month's issue where they talk a little bit in depth about that kind of stuff. But yeah, either way, just super duper excited for that. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. It's up there with Mafia 3 right now in terms of hype level.
And you were pretty hyped for Mafia 3.
I am.
For some reason.
Fuck you, dude. That trailer was awesome.
Wasn't a bad trailer, I'll give you that.
I've not seen the trailer.
For Mafia 3? Oh my god, you need to. That shit is like, I don't know, dude. It's like an exploitation film trailer. It's fucking great, man. It's great. It's just a black guy going on vengeance. Just vengeance against the Italian mob, and it's wonderful.
He's the Punisher. It's actually the lead into Punisher.
He's just, yeah, it's awesome. I don't know how else to describe it aside from that. So watch it, Jose. Damn it.
Wow. Okay, we actually have more Warhammer bullshit to talk about.
I did say that this was going to be a very Warhammer.
I try to squeeze some in every cast. I just don't usually get 20 minutes of talk out of Warhammer stuff. But apparently,
I'm surprised you've squeezed all that into 20 minutes. I'd assume you'd go on for much longer.
I try to be. I choose my words, Jose. I choose my words. Basically, new Vermintide stuff. New content's actually coming out this month in May. Don't know what the actual patch is called, but it's...
Did they say when specifically?
It's just May. That's all they revealed so far.
And this
I
is
can guarantee you it's not going to have an awesome...
Yeah, this is a free one. I think it's being released alongside like another pay map or something.
Okay.
But the content itself is free. And what it is kind of weird. It's just like bonuses, items, tokens, daily quests, reasons to like weird conditions in which you go back and you play a map doing a certain set of parameters, and then you get higher rewards. They're calling you get boons that give you buffs for, what does it do? It reduces damage and just weird stuff like that, to where you can like kind of farm a little bit on the lower difficulties and then get these boons and take less damage and then go into like insane mode and grind for gear and shit. So it's kind of interesting, but I don't know, just more has to come out really, because just on the surface of that, it doesn't seem all that exciting, a Vermintide update. When like we all just kind of agreed on, we kind of not really got bored of the game, but just needed a break from it because we were going at it real hard and we were just playing the same content over and over and over. So it'd be nice to get some new content aside from dailies, but that might be coming along with it. I'm not sure.
I don't know, man. I mean, we go through phases with those kinds of like co-op games. We'll like play them like religiously for like a 2-week period and then not touch them again for like months at a time. And then it'll release something new and we'll hop on. I'm sure at least Jose and I are probably going to play that for a good like week and a half before at least I tap out. Jose, I don't know. You probably go for like 3 weeks. You tend to.
Well, the reason I stopped playing is because I was getting to that like apex of like the
Jose breaking point,
where like I was gonna abandon that game forever. The reason I stopped.
Jose can't enjoy life very long. He has to, stop himself from enjoying life. So eventually, something in his brain goes off, and he's just
no,
like,
I
"No,
mean,
this is now the worst game ever. I'm never touching this again."
No. I totally understand where he's coming from. I mean, you reach a point where, like, if you're not playing with competent people that are constantly communicating, if they fuck up, then it's frustrating. It is a fucking frustrating game.
Yeah, that game made me
I'm a bad
spend way
person.
more energy than I wanted to playing that game.
Yeah. So, I mean, I get it. I get it.
No, but you have to understand, it's with Jose. It's not just like, "Oh, I'll come back to this in a few months." When he crosses that shit line, Palmer, it's just he deletes it from his memory banks. It's just gone forever. If you ever want to play it again with him, he's like, "No, it's never happening. I'm sorry." He's just stone faced. It's sad, really, Palmer.
I hope that's not the case, Jose.
Stonewall Jackson.
Stonewall Jackson.
Jesus, all right.
New limited edition card coming at you.
Chiseled out of stone.
Obviously, craft that shit in the golden variety.
Dude. Well, it's purple. Well, vomit purple, though. That's the question.
We might as well just move into fucking Hearthstone at this point, because we've basically been talking about it this whole cast anyway.
Yeah, Hearthstone. It's
a thing.
It is a thing.
I'll watch the Mafia 3 trial.
You do that. You watch it about 10 times.
It's the I don't know, the meta is still flip-flopping around like a goddamn dead fish or a fish out of water. I mean, like, it doesn't know what it's doing yet, but there seems to be a handful of staples that are starting to get more and more modified. The Evolved Shaman, the Death Rattle Paladin, and the Zulok.
I see way more Face Shaman than I do. I don't see Evolved Shaman the past few days, really.
I've been...
I know you want that to happen, Palmer, but I'm just saying Face Shaman is way more dominant in the meta.
I've been playing something that's like totally just shattering the meta lately. I have like a 90%.
Shattering.
It's got like a 90% win rate right now. And it's just an overload shaman, and it's the deck that I've always wanted to play, where everything has overload, and it doesn't matter because you can just unlock all your crystals anytime you want to. So
and get a 3/2 on the board.
And it's fantastic because of the fact that it's got so much board clear in it that it doesn't matter what the enemy plays, and I'm gaining life. So like, it's one of those decks where like the first like 8 turns I spend losing. If the enemy can kill me within like the first 8 turns, then chances are it's over. But if I hit turn 8, I'm coming back with a fucking vengeance, because Halaziel plus Elemental Destruction plus every other board clear in the game, I'm just like back to 30 health, and I'm just like waving my middle finger in the air and throwing down 7/7s for 4 mana. It's fucking fantastic.
Because that's not broken.
I've had a lot of success with it, and just like throwing down hexes. It's the best part about it is I've encountered so many of these fucking Death Rattle Death Rattle Paladins. That seems to be what a lot of people are playing, and I've just encountered so many of them that it just doesn't matter. I have so much board clear and so much hex potential. Like, it just. I'm just like wave my middle finger all over those decks. But yeah, man, I've had a lot of success playing with that, and it's still something that I'm working on honing. It's got a Malagos in there. That's kind of the kill condition.
But is it golden, dog?
It is. I crafted a golden.
Did you actually craft a gold?
Yeah, I did.
The ball's on you.
And it's great. It's fantastic. The deck works really, really well. The one thing that I'm trying to figure out how to do is Ancestral or Ancestor's Call or whatever it is, the one that like plays something from your hand for 4 mana, plays a minion from your hand from each player's hand for 4 mana for free. So if I can figure out a way to kind of like tweak the deck so it's got that in there and I can just throw Malagos down and never have an issue, then it's fine. And I'm consecutively able to pull out Halaziel without any problem. I have yet to run into a round where I haven't been able to pull out Halaziel when I need him or like before I need him. And that's kind of what makes the deck work, is the fact that I can just gain life while I'm dealing damage and nothing else matters. Just cue Metallica songs because nothing else fucking matters once that's out on the board. And at that point, like, and the best part about this deck is because of the fact I'm able to play nothing but huge minions for really low costs, and the overload doesn't matter anymore at all. Period. And so my enemies are so almost every single time consecutively they'll hex the first 7/7 that I throw down, and then all of a sudden I'll throw down a 7/8 or another one of those 7/7s. I just keep throwing down like ridiculously OP creatures that they keep trying or using all their removal on at the beginning of the game. So when Halaziel finally comes out, they have no more removal left. I've had one instance where somebody managed to silence it, but every time I hit turn 8 and Halaziel goes out, they're out of responses.
Earth Shock's become quite the card for
Yeah,
Shaman
well,
class now.
that card is broken considering they nerfed every other silence card in the game.
See a lot of those.
But yeah, I'm having a lot of success with that deck. I'm not ready to release a deck list for it yet, even though I just said a lot of the mechanics and stuff behind it. But
yeah, I want to see your 90% win rate deck, Palmer.
It's fucking great. It's fucking great, dude.
Put that shit on Hearthstone.
It really works. Well, I will if I can. My whole thing with Hearthstone is unless I can actually reach Legendary with that deck, or Legend rank, I mean, with that deck, then I'm not going to post it up there. It's just not going to happen.
Well, it's just nice to put shit up there to keep track of everything nice and neat while having all the cards available to you instead of while not going through Hearthstone.
But that has been far my most successful experiment. I've been messing around with a Druid deck also that's had a lot of luck. That just basically runs like nothing but like high mana cost minions. And it's basically like a ramp Druid deck, but I run Faceless Manipulators in there and just summon 30/30s all over the place. And it's great because people don't ever expect it when all of a sudden I'll drop a Blood of the Ancient one and then Innervate and then drop a Faceless Manipulator, and they're like, oh shit, there's a 30/30 on the board, and then they waste something on that trying to remove it, and then I'll just do it again. That's all of a sudden it's instead of having just like, you know, the Blood of the Ancient one be the 2 cards that are required for the 30/30s, the Faceless Manipulator fills that void, and all of a sudden I have 2 opportunities now. Two opportunities.
It's just such a specific thing to get off.
It works though. Like it's another one of those decks where I've had a lot of luck with it. It doesn't have nearly as much. It's got like a 65-70% win rate. It's one of those decks that's like it's fun. It's fun to fuck around with. I don't think it would actually be viable for ranked, but like lower ranked stuff, like, you know, rank 20 through rank 15. Yeah, I have a lot of success pulling it off. It's the overload deck that I think might actually have the chance of actually taking me from rank 10 to beyond. So we'll see what happens with those. I know you've been experimenting a lot, Tim. What have you? You showed me some deck lists that you were messing around with. Have you?
I made one alteration to my Dragon Priest deck, in that I took out Sylvanas, which fuck I didn't want to do that, but I put in the new Deathwing card, which is a 12/12 summon all your dragons from your hand. It's hilarious. The only card that actually frightens me in Standard is Brawl. And by the time I'm at turn 10, I've already dropped so many fucking dragons on the board. Warrior's already brawled, wasted his Gorehouse, executes, all that shit's gone, Palmer. So when he kills Deathwing, all of a sudden there's a Cro-Magnus, a Ysera, and a Nozdormu on the board, and the rope coach begins. And he just freaks the fuck out and concedes. It's the best thing ever.
Coaching those ropes, man.
Nozdormu is fucking viable in the meta, man. I'm telling you, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I've been running around with a lot of Death Rattle Hunter decks. The main one I built is actually a Beast deck, and aside from Sylvanas and N'Zoth, it's pretty much just a Beast deck. But you put those 2 cards in, it actually gets you a lot of value, because the Death Rattle minions you have are like Fiery Warbat, Sylvana Highmane, the Toad, the 3/2 Toad.
Deals 1 damage.
Yeah, but it's the whole deck doesn't revolve around it, but it gives you enough late game so that if you pull it on turn 10, you just drop it on the board. You're usually summoning a fucking Highmane or a Sylvanas, or even just a Fire Warbat, a Toad, and like another Death Rattle. Like it's awesome. Like you don't have to build an entire deck around N'Zoth to get value out of him with Beast, with when you're running Hunter and Beast and all that stuff. And the Beast synergy is like awesome, and it's nice to be 2014 boys again. It's fun, man. I'm actually having fun in Hearthstone for the first time in a very long time.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's what the game needed. It was starting to get kind of stale, so
it's gonna get stale in a month, and we're gonna be sad. But until then, Palmer, good times all around.
Yeah, indeed.
But yeah,
how often do they come out with these like updates or new packs or whatever?
Well, Blizzard's saying it's like Before they were doing it approximately like every like 6 months, something like that.
Around there, 6 months.
They're trying.
They have a new standard now.
Yeah,
though.
they're trying to do it 3 times a year now, something
No,
like
it's
that.
two expansions a year and one adventure a year, meaning like
Right,
two
yeah,
big
so
card
3.
expansions and one adventure where you can get all the cards at once instead of having to open packs.
So they're going to be cycling a lot more new cards into the game, and I think that'll help keep it fresh and not let the meta deteriorate so much. But I mean, I don't know. There's really only so much that you can do if you're not going to cycle anything out, because basically for like the next year, nothing is getting cycled out. So at the beginning, when we reach late April of next year, that's when the next sets, or I guess what gets cycled out? Ground tournaments next to go out.
Ground
right?
Tournament, Blackrock Mountain,
Yeah.
League of Explorers, all the stuff that came out last year.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna miss Arena. I'm gonna miss my Dragon deck. Oh god, I'm quitting Hearthstone, Palmer. I'm calling it. miss my Durgans.
yeah, whatever, dude. You'll discover Cthulhu in some way that you never did before. I'm still trying.
Cthulhu Dragon, please.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around that card. Like,
It's hilarious.
It's got more potential.
Cthulhu deck, and it's hilarious.
I think it's got more potential than people are like giving it. I'm trying to figure out. There's so many people that are saying that Cthulhu Warrior doesn't work, but I think that Cthulhu Warrior.
I've seen a couple of decent Cthulhu Warrior decks.
There's a way that I'm trying to utilize Cthulhu in Warrior that makes Warrior a control deck.
Just put fucking Justicar in and just keep hitting the armor button and live until you can drop like a million damage Cthulhu. That's pretty much Cthulhu Warrior. And it's viable because you can actually do that.
Yeah. But I'm trying to get it so it's like a heavy control deck, because I really like that like control, like mill stuff. I like playing 30-minute rounds of Hearthstone for some stupid fucking reason.
You're just fucked in the head.
I've
I've seen Palmer play his Hearthstone rounds. He's just fucked in the head. There's no other explanation.
So I'm in the process of trying to fine tune a Cthulhu Warrior deck that I think will be more control oriented than anything else. But I'm still working on it. Still trying to figure.
I think
out
it's
exactly
definitely possible.
So that's the other big deck type that I'm working on, because I really want. I miss my control warrior. It's just I tried playing just a standard control warrior in the new meta, and it's just not working. It's not working. It's not worth it.
It's still strong. I just a lot of the new decks.
It really is. It's a 30-minute losing battle. That's what it is.
You can make a few tweaks to it to make it decent, though.
Yeah,
right?
that's basically what I'm trying to do with it, essentially.
But yeah, I'm sure eventually you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Someone will, anyway. What the hell do we move on to now? You want to talk about other stuff that got announced? What was it? Dishonored 2 got its release date.
Yeah, Dishonored 2 got its release date. Bethesda really likes 11/11. That's
yeah.
That seems to be the case for Bethesda games. They really enjoy releasing stuff in November on the 11th or
on the
12th.
This means
It might, maybe, I don't know.
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
And probably, I wish. Wouldn't that be just, God, anyways. At this point, I think Valve will never release it because of the fact that
no,
the second
Lord Cthulhu will come from the mountains and envelop us all before fucking Half-Life 3 gets released.
Because it's just too revered. Like, there's no way it could live up to the hype for it. Like, it will be disappointing.
It's become its own living entity at this point.
Exactly. No matter what, it's gonna be like the no. Half-Life 2 and Half-Life 1 are gonna be like the parents, right? And they're gonna raise a child that is just nothing but a giant bag of disappointment. It will do nothing right. It will grow up with just all sorts of disorders and problems. and
it just won't get the medication for those
and its
disorders.
parents will never accept it. That's the bottom line. But yeah, Dishonored 2, 11/11. That's really the only news about that. There was just a release date for the announcement for a release date, I guess. I don't know. We've been through the Dishonored, or we've beaten the Dishonored dead horse for a while now, and it's just not my bag.
I still have to play it.
I didn't like the first one. I really wanted to like the first one. It just didn't do anything for me.
I've seen some hilarious clips from the first one, but I haven't actually played it yet.
Yeah, I got God, I don't know. I didn't really get that far in it. I probably put about like 7 hours into it and then tapped out.
It was an unknown Bethesda IP at the time, so I just waited for the game of the year and all the DLC to get it for like $5, and then I haven't touched it.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely see the appeal behind it. I hope with the if in the second one they make it so you're less punished for not doing things stealthily, then I will probably be willing to give it more of a chance. Because like I really enjoy stealth games up until the point when I get caught, and then I want to just like
John Cena.
Yeah, pretty
Didn't
much.
maybe I'm remembering wrong, but didn't the trailer show the protagonist doing a lot of really like offensive stuff, not very stealthy stuff?
Yeah, but they showed that in the fucking the whole release trailer for the first one involved him blowing up barrels.
Yeah, and just murdering
and
people.
fucking murdering everybody. But then the game came out and it punished you like crazy for doing non-stealthy stuff. Like you got a bad ending. There was like some like plague system that like the more you fucking killed people, the more of these fucking rats appeared everywhere and just like
The game literally gives you cancer.
Yeah,
for
dude,
killing
it
people.
does, and it's
Rat
awful.
cancer.
And I just like I hate it when games do that. I fucking hate it. I can't stand it. If you're making a stealth game, that's great. Make it so people can play it stealthily, and I will play it stealthily. Don't get me wrong, but I will play it stealthily up until I get caught. And the second I get caught, fuck everything.
That's why I really liked the Thief game, because you could just say fuck everything and murder the shit out
That's
of
why
everyone.
I really liked Metal Gear Solid, because you could
Metal
just
Gear,
say you could just say fuck everything as soon as you got caught, man. Like MGS5, man, like it didn't matter after a certain point. You just run around with your chicken hat on, shooting people in the face, and it's wonderful.
Or the early Assassin's Creed games where you could just endlessly kill guards
Yeah, man,
for like
that
an
was
hour
fun.
at a time.
That was fun. I don't know. I like that element of stealth games. I hope they look at that and deal with it in a way that is appropriate, that is sensible to my tastes and only my tastes.
Everyone else can get fucked.
Pretty much.
Get behind that mentality.
What else do we have on there? We have the GameStop thing. We actually meant to talk about this a couple
Last
weeks
cast,
ago.
yeah.
And we ran out
You
of
ramble
time.
on about Dark Souls for 20 minutes.
Well, fuck you, dude. Dark Souls.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's why we never got to it.
That's Jose. You missed my Dark Souls rambling. I was half expecting you to
got-
leave.
Well, let me get back into this.
to leave the cast and buy the game like you always say you're going to and then never do.
He's just a great big tease.
But yeah, so
Have you
GameStop-
isolated Palmer's Bloodborne like rant? That was amazing. That should be on YouTube. Or
Isolating
something.
anything.
So we can.
We can, yeah. Like
It's up there. Somebody could. You could.
Jose could.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
I prefer Jose.
But yeah, so GameStop has. I always want to say GameSpot. GameStop has decided to go into publishing.
For some god awful reason. Oh right, it's because they're slowly dying.
Well, I mean, it makes sense from a business perspective, but it scares the living shit out of me.
Serve.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, dude. It's like Trump winning the presidency, you know? Like, I get it, but I don't like it.
GameStop's way more evil than Trump, though.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, Trump is an alien overlord lizard. He's a lizard person. But GameStop evil, can confirm. I've
right.
seen the belly of the beast.
That's right.
We're gonna avoid
We're
politics
there
on
on
the
the
next
front
cast.
I'm just saying GameStop sucks. I don't really care about anything else.
Yeah.
Trump and you and everyone else can eat a dick.
Well, you know, there you go.
Get on the
Yeah,
bus.
There's your endorsement, Trump, from Tim.
Eat a dick, fatty.
So yeah, do you have the article pulled up? Who did they buy out again?
What was it Insomniac, I think?
Frostbite.
Frozen
Or,
Bite. That's the big one that pissed me off. Tequila Works.
Wasn't Insomniac?
Insomniac, yeah. Insomniac. So a lot of decent stuff. Stuff all of us probably have looked forward to or would like to look forward to in the future, and now GameStop is it's in their grasp, and that's just it's saddening.
Yeah.
Very saddening. Including Shadowin, which releases this month from Frozen Byte. Now GameStop fucking. Actually, I don't know if it's going to go through, if they actually bought it out yet or whatever.
Well, Mark Stanley came out and basically said like the whole inspiration for this whole thing was just kind of like looking at Netflix and the fact that Netflix all of a sudden started generating its own content. When they did that, they didn't start small. They approached like big directors and big IPs and brought those in and made it a part of the Netflix experience.
Single-handedly, Trailer Park Boys can confirm.
And like Daredevil, I mean, they've got the Marvel IPs. They've got the list just goes on and on.
Longmire, Palmer, Longmire. How could you forget?
How could I forget? That bear episode is just the best.
That's fucking Hell on Wheels. Oh wait, no.
No,
yeah,
I'm talking about the one where the
right. Yes.
Yeah, but both of those had bear-related episodes that were the best,
And they're really so if you think about it.
They really are. They're both awful.
In the best kind of way.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, from a business perspective, it makes sense. I understand why GameStop is doing this, but I don't like GameStop. GameStop has done nothing to earn my trust. In fact, pretty much every single time that I try to go back to GameStop and have a good experience, they proceed to prove to me why I stopped going there in the first place. Now it's basically become the thing where I just go in there to renew my Game Informer subscription, and that's really it. That I just leave it at that.
I don't think I've walked into a GameStop store in like 3 years at this point.
I literally do it once a year now, and it's to renew my GameStop or my Game Informer subscription.
But Palmer, do you pre-order anything? This poor register people.
No, that's the
They
reason.
need those pre-orders, Palmer.
Oh my God, they're like, hi. Well, they'll start talking to me, and I'll start talking back to them because video games, and that's just what I like to talk about.
It's not that a human being's talking to you;
You're
it's
a
just video
decent
games.
human.
Yeah, it's just video games.
And it's just yeah, exactly. It's just like, all right, well, yeah, you pre-ordered it? If you pre-order it here, you get this and this and this and this.
You get a free pen
and this, and also, do you want to upgrade to GameStop
Game of the Fuck
Premium
edition.
GameStop Premium with your magazine subscription and get all the points and use your points and just get fucked. Like, I really just don't care. I really so that worries me. It worries me greatly because of the fact that GameStop is the overfeeding mother. Like the mom that just like doesn't stop like forcing food on you. You know what I'm saying?
Feed you that macaroni till you dead.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, "Oh, you look hungry. Here, eat that." No, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm fine. Thanks, though.
But do you think that extreme like company culture will leak into its game development?
I think it has a
Will
very
that, like,
good
weird
possibility
management?
too. Yeah,
But pre-order now and get bonus points for
Yeah,
the next
'cause that's-
pre-order.
exactly.
like,
Publishing.
The
Do you understand
I almost
how?
think they could do.
Like, do you understand how much they have invested in this now? Like, especially if they're the publishers, they're going to pay for advertisements out the ass. Like, you walk into a GameStop, every single game from Insomniac, from Ready at Dawn, Tequila Works, and Frozen Byte, it's just gonna be like, what? Like, that's all you're gonna see advertisements and trailers for is in their own series, because they all of a sudden now, more than ever, they have a vested interest in people buying any games that come from those developers versus anything else that's coming out. Granted, they're still gonna push everything else, but now it's just gonna be like pushing this with one hand and pushing the games that they're publishing with every other fucking limb on their body while beating you with a chainsaw. That is basically going to be the GameStop experience from here on out.
And the fact that, they just kind of are a blight on the video game industry because, the money doesn't actually go to any of the developers and all that good jive.
Right. And
They're a physical G2A, Palmer. That's what they are.
G2A.
Grip endorsed, can confirm.
G2A is better than Amazon.
Send this clip to Crip. Put you on his cast,
You'd
man.
be so proud, dude.
Yeah. Be like, that guy. That guy's all right.
Yeah.
Then go back to bitching about shit he does.
Hey, if we got a Crip endorsement, maybe we can get some of his 100,000 regular viewers.
I don't want any of Crip's viewers anywhere near me. They aren't even
Viewers,
human.
please, you're welcome. You're welcome.
They just
You're
spam
welcome.
memes
Don't
in
listen to him.
chat.
Don't listen to him. He's just mad because
Just get the hey chat, it's me, Crippos. That's all we'll get.
Skipperino Cripperino. That's my favorite thing on YouTube now. And under every Crip video, there's just a link to where Crip stops talking and actually starts playing Hearthstone, and the account is called Skipperino Cripperino. It's fucking
That's kind of
great.
a genius.
It's fucking great. So yeah, I don't know. It worries me. I have no idea what they're even going to pursue on a digital front. How much advertising power they're going to try to put behind digital fronts. I mean, I got on the fucking PlayStation 4 store the other day just to see what was around, see if there was any interesting indie titles that I might want to play for a few minutes on my console. And I looked at the pre-order section. There are 6 separate fucking blocks for the new Homefront game. 6 separate pre-order options for the new Homefront game.
Seems like a lot of pre-order options.
That is a lot of pre-order options. What is GameStop going to do when they start pre-ordering the games that these devs are going to be developing for them? What are they going to do on a digital front? I have absolutely no fucking clue.
Something bad.
They're going to tie it into GameStop somehow because
Pre-order
it's in their
now to
best
get your
interest.
exclusive GameStop shirt for your in-game character.
Pre-order digitally, stop into GameStop and get your keychain. Like, show your digital pre-order code for a keychain at GameStop. Like, that's what they're going to do.
Bring your genuine GameStop authenticator into any store, and the employees will jerk you off in the parking lot.
Yeah!
That's where it's heading, Palmer.
So you think that'll force other publishers' hands and make them go even more like crazy with intrusive advertisement?
I don't know what it's going to force, but it terrifies me. All possibilities terrify me, and I don't like it.
Nothing about it is good.
Really, the bottom line is, I'm really worried about a retailer being a publisher.
Don't worry, GameStop won't be a retailer for much longer. It'll be a digital retailer.
They can if this push succeeds and they manage to make
brick
some
and mortar
decent money
stores
off of
at
it.
this point. The decade they'll all be gone. It'll go the way of the Blockbuster. It'll be glorious.
It'll die kicking and screaming, especially GameStop.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I can guarantee you that much. So yeah, it worries me. I don't have any trust for it, and some of these developers I actually care about, specifically Insomniac.
I'm in the Frozen Byte category myself.
Well, I like Ready.
I like pretty much everything these developers have put out, but Frozen Byte's like I really like those guys.
I like Ready at Dawn also, in spite of the fact that everybody shits on the Order 1886. I thought that was a pretty good game. Anyways, I like those devs. I'm excited about their future prospects, especially considering Insomniac just released Ratchet and Clank, and it's like really, really good.
A ringing endorsement.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is. It's really good. It caught a lot of people by surprise, I think, how good the game is. So it just worries me as to what the future could hold. I have no idea what it's going to hold, but it's not going to be good. The state of gaming. That's it right there. Granted, I kind of feel like that about more and more things related to video games.
And in life.
The older and more jaded I grow.
It's just like that South Park episode where everything turns to shit.
Well, that's because you have to say as many curse words as possible.
Obviously. All right, I'm just going to fucking ass blast through some updates so we don't forget about them. Blood Bowl 2 came out with a new team. They're doing 3 more teams, 4 in total. And the way it works is if you own the game Blood Bowl, when as these teams come out, you get it added to your inventory for free. If you get the game afterwards, it'll be sold separately as DLC. But it's very cool of them, considering all the shit they caught last year, to be like, hey, here's fucking 4 teams for free if you own the game. I just wanted to point that out. I can't believe I didn't get to it during our Warhammer nonsense, because it's Blood Bowl and it ties into Warhammer. But yeah, the latest team was the Norse, and there's, I think, Skaven are coming. A couple other teams are coming. It's going to be pretty cool. Looking forward to that. We briefly mentioned, about a month ago, actually, Jose mentioned that Two Worlds is coming out with some new content. But what we didn't know at the time is they're actually rebuilding the entire goddamn engine of that game. And
that's fascinating to me.
Yeah. It's going to take a while. And they also said that they're working on Two Worlds 3, and they're giving it a 2 or 3 year development timeline. Either way, it seems kind of short considering the Two Worlds games are kind of open games, but they're open world games, but they're Two Worlds games, so don't expect gold. But hey, I'm in fucking Two Worlds, boys. But yeah, when the new engine comes out, I can guarantee me and Jose will be hopping on that and stramming some of that because we Two Worlds boys for life, obviously. Two Worlds is love. Two Worlds is life.
That one article mentioned that the engine update was laying the groundwork for the third game.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. Like,
It seems like
Look
they're
at
going to
that
be
possibly.
they're going to be working. They're going to be using. They're kind of rebuilding
Whatever
it with that
updates
new
they're
engine.
making with
Whatever
next
updates they make with that engine
they're
is
gonna
going
apply
to
the
directly
third one.
translate into the third game. That's why they're also claiming it to be. I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 years, but a relatively short development cycle. Because usually games are more like 3, 4, or 5 years, but or at least open world games. Yeah. So that's also explains the short time scale of development. But time will tell. But like I said, we'll be hopping on that when the engine actually comes out. Sega Mega Drive and Classics on Steam has a new hub now where
Sure
you're in a
does.
little room that you can customize and make it day or night. Fuck around with some settings in your room. It's kind of cool. And then all your games are cataloged and laid out on a little bookshelf that you can look at. And you can take a cartridge and put it into your virtual Sega system and turn on the TV and play some Sega games. It's nothing earth-shattering. As Jose mentioned to me earlier, it's kind of like that 360... fuck, I can't remember what it was called.
Game room.
Game Room, right. With Game Room on 360, though, it was had like a virtual arcade that you built. And each game you bought, you got as an arcade cabinet. You can actually build a little virtual arcade. This is just set in a room. But it's pretty cool for a free update out of nowhere that no one was really expecting. It got me to install it and start playing some old games again, and that's what Sega wanted people to do. So yeah.
Like I said before the cast, whoever their PR person is right now, and they need to be paid more. They're doing everything right.
They're making it rain, Palmer.
They're making it rain, dude. I mean, like honestly though, like think about it. Like how Sega was not necessarily in the best graces, especially after they released what the hell was it? That World War II RTS, the second one.
Company of Heroes?
Yeah, dude, that got shat on. It got shat on though, dude. Like
yeah, they improved it over time, and it did really well for them. And it's just been the money-making machine for them for the past couple of years. And you have to keep in mind they have the Total War series. That's another cash cow for them.
Right.
They've been hurting for money, but yeah, they have absolutely fucked up in the last few years.
They've fucked up a lot. Like, I mean, for them to turn around and release a fucking... Granted, I did buy it, so I'm eating my own words here. But for them to turn around and release a blood mod that you had to pay for...
That's probably going to be in Total War Warhammer as well, because, yeah.
I don't know. Is it? Are they aiming for a teen rating on that game?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I just because I say that because every Total War game since it was first released has had that blood DLC, so it's going to happen. And they do it they do skirt it under the fact that they can give it a lower rating and then later on add it in and as like a DLC patch that has a higher ESRB rating. But it's a shitty tactic. But yeah, Sega fucks up. They fuck up a lot. This is not.
They haven't been. I mean, we had the fantastic fucking the bundles that they released.
Yeah, they did a couple humble bundles.
They had the humble bundle. Then they had the free games that they gave away for Valentine. What was it? Make Love Not War. That whole promotion
done that for a
thing.
few years.
This year in particular, they really fucking like went above and beyond, dude. Like they gave away a lot of games every single time. There were 3 separate instances for it, and every time it was like 5 games each time they did it, right?
Yeah, no, it was I think it was 2 like Sega classic games that you can actually use the new Game Hub in, and a couple other games. I think it was about 4. And then they gave away a piece of Dawn of War DLC as well.
Yeah, and they gave away Condemned. I mean, they gave away some really, really great games. I mean, I'm just saying that what they're doing as of late is really putting them back in the spotlight and putting them back in games.
And people's good graces.
Yeah, exactly. So good on them. I mean, this is just kind of another step to that, and the fact that it's free and you don't have to pay for it. It's just kind of an unexpected thing, and it's not necessary, but it's fun. I don't know. It culminates into something really cool. So I hope Sega continues on the path that they're on, because as Martha Stewart would say, it's a good thing. Good thing.
We got about a minute left before we reach the ideal time. I want to get into one last thing.
Okay.
And that is Battlefield giving away map packs leading up to the release announcement and release of the new Battlefield. I can't actually remember what the fuck they are called. Dragon's Teeth for Battlefield 4 and one of the Hardline expansions, but who gives a fuck who the fuck plays Hardline? No one. That's who. But
Vasquez. He played that shit religiously for a little while.
But it looks like they're slowly going to be giving away all of the Battlefield 4 DLC from what I've read. So that's a very cool thing. because servers either run vanilla maps or all DLC maps, as me and Isaac found out yesterday. So it'll be nice when everyone has all the content. Yeah, I was like, yeah, let's fucking play some maps, and then we found out that all the servers only run really vanilla maps or all DLC maps, meaning he couldn't play because he doesn't have premium because he's a scrub lord. Yeah, it doesn't really matter for people like me and Palmer that actually bought premium, but it's good that it'll increase the player base and have more people playing on the maps, and just have more people playing Battlefield in general. So that's cool. Could have been cool like Titanfall and just giving it all away at once, but I mean, you know, waiting for it's better than nothing.
Piecemeal's better than nothing. I mean,
but that brings us to the close of episode 40.
oh my
Wait,
god.
shit. Hold on. Aren't the developers of Titanfall making a? They just
Titanfall 2,
announced
yes.
That they're making a
No,
Star
no, no.
Wars game?
Star Wars game. That's what.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all that's come out, though. No details or anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't.
And the Titanfall 2 reveal trailers to out next month or the month after, I think. So that'll be cool.
Oh, wait, real quick. Also, speaking of Star Wars stuff, Shadows of the Empire is available on fucking GOG now. Yeah.
And it's actually a good port. Like,
yeah,
all the,
it's actually like an incredible port. They've added a lot of options to it, and it's only it's under $5
right now.
Right
So
now.
the GOG games are normally $6 anyway, so it's not like you're fucking breaking bank getting them. So
Right. But fucking Shadows of the Empire, man. Like, I have not played that game in forever. Needless to say, I picked it up. I have it installed. I have not touched it, but I picked it up and it's installed on my computer, and I probably will get around to playing through it eventually again.
I almost instant bought it, but I just put it on my wish list because there's so much shit on GOG I have to actually play through. I've got like over 100 games now. I've touched maybe 3 of them. So
Yep. Well, on that note, that ends our 40th episode on May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Star Wars.
shut the fuck
Star Wars.
up.
Star Wars.
I'm officially off this
Star
cast.
Wars.
This is an anti-Star Wars cast from now on. Ride the lightning.
Everybody, have a great night. I'll do some housekeeping real quick. You can find us on our Facebook page. Search for Dark Mushroom Media. We're on Twitch at dark_mushroom. You can, or Twitter, sorry, at dark_mushroom. You can find us on Twitch TV. Obviously, if you've tuned in, you know what that is. For the people that are watching it on YouTube, it's twitch.tv/darkmushroommedia. You can follow each of us individually. Occasionally, we stream. Me, not so much anymore. Tim does every once in a while. Jose, I don't know if you stream or not anymore.
Jose hasn't ever streamed.
Games are for babies.
He did every once in a while.
No.
Rarely.
I stream maybe once a month. That's it.
I think I only stream Magicite.
And Star Wars.
But give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a
Star
whatever
Trek.
the fuck. Follow us on Twitter, do all that stuff, because that just makes
Was
people
Dark
like me
Mushroom
happy,
Media taken on Twitch or excuse me on Twitter?
apparently.
Actually, I don't think we could fit Dark Mushroom Media. I think Dark Mushroom.
I think there was like a character.
We really have to bring this to a close so we can fit this on SoundCloud, though. For fuck's sake.
Anyways, take care, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Peace.
Fuck's sake.